Hello, everyone. It's Shanel here from the Heart and Soul with your 2019 Oracle card reading. I don't know about you, 2018 was a wonderful year for me. I got married back in January. I'm about to celebrate my 1 year anniversary. As well, we added a new furry family member who was actually born on our wedding day, which was quite divine. So that was really exciting about 2018 as well. It definitely has been a heavy year, a year of kind of change and chaos for a lot of people. I'm looking forward to 2019. It feels like it'll be a lighter year. So this is a little bit different. I'm going to do the same as I normally do and draw 12 cards for you, one for each month. But when I was picking decks, I was drawn to the Angel Answers deck. This is just like the little book in it. And I was drawn to draw one card kind of to represent 2019 this year. So I shuffled them up and I see why they asked me to pull a card. So they asked me to pull one card, just kind of sum up 2019, and this word just keeps on coming up for me. I did my own personal 12-month reading today, and this was a great theme within it. If you believe. They over and over again came up in my reading, to believe in oneself, to believe in the universe, to trust, that sort of thing. So believe. There you go. If you believe. That'll be our overwhelming theme for 2019. So now, as the dog's eating my oracle cards, go. We're going to draw 3 cards from each deck. I've chosen 4 decks. This one jumped right off the shelf of me, which always means a little bit of manifestation, which is exciting. So this is the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins deck. I'm going to use this one for January, February, and March. So I'm going to shuffle and choose those 3 cards. There's January, there's February, and there's March. That was easy. All right, let's try to put them away so the dog doesn't eat them. So our first card is playtime. The dolphins know the importance of playing as joy creates miracles and manifestation. And this is so true. Joy, happiness, love, those are really strong and powerful manifestors. So I really am getting this impression for January that it's about finding that lightness in our heart and soul again, to return to that place of inner child, to find what makes us happy, to bring us joy. To let go of kind of the heaviness, the weightedness of the holidays and of 2018, and really embrace this lightness that's coming with 2019. It's also important to, if you watch my weekly oracle card reading, I've talked about the shift forward. There's a surge of energy coming, and I feel like to move through this surge of energy, to really surf it, to really float on it, you need to be able to adapt that energy of joy, of happiness, of playfulness in your life. So January is about reconnecting to that joyfulness, and it also goes to that place of doing what makes you happy. So being aware of that in your relationships, in your job, in the things that you do. Okay, February, stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before miracles occur. And we definitely have been talking about this all through 2018, about moving forward into that place of where we're meant to be, stepping into the path that we're meant to live, career, whatever, that's where we're headed. So the universe is saying, you're almost there. Things are divinely lining up. I think by the end of February, we're really going to see things rolling in a different direction that maybe you didn't expect, moving in a really positive direction. Now, they're telling me that there are some road bumps or roadblocks along the way for those that aren't open. If you're not open to seeing, feeling, hearing what the universe is putting in front of you, sometimes we get into that place of putting things in a box, expecting things to be a certain way, and they're not necessarily going to be that way. So being open to where the universe is putting you, what they're putting in front of you. If you're not open to that, you're going to find some roadblocks or some bumps along the way that are going to make things kind of draw out just a little bit farther. They're saying that these are some of those life lessons that maybe you've been avoiding, that the universe is really going to be pushing in your face in the month of February, especially to the end of the month of February, those last 2 weeks of February. Okay. So this next card for March is called Soulmate Relationship. New romance with a spiritual basis is here for you now. So I'm going to tell you right now, this isn't about a relationship with someone else. This is about our relationship with ourselves. What we've been through in the last year, year and a half has really connected us into who we are and that authentic self that we know resides within us. And the universe is asking us to really acknowledge that, to really acknowledge who we are and have that beautiful spiritual connection. Again, we're going back to that first month. We're going back into that place of self-love, that self-acceptance piece that has always been there. It has been carrying through 2018. And the universe is really asking us right now to find that spiritual connection. This is what's going to drive you forward. This is what it's going to move you into that pathway that you really want to live, because we're living from a place of soulfulness, of love, of connection, of intuition, of trust and belief. Okay, first 3 months there. We're going to move on to the Magical Unicorns deck. One of my favorites, my daughter's all-time favorite. She loves those unicorns. I am also a huge fan of unicorns, for anybody that knows me. So we're going to draw 3 more cards, and these ones are going to be April, May, and June. All right. Oh, here we go. So there's April, and there's May. They're jumping out of the deck. And there is June. Okay. So our card for April is share. When you share, everyone feels happy. This word share, the universe is asking us to share our authentic self in everything that we do, in everyone that we meet, in every opportunity that we have. When we can share who we truly are, that authentic self, we are always showing up. And we want to show up in life. We want to be present and aware and all of those good things that make life so enjoyable and so free, because we're not having to put on a mask or tell white lies or big lies. But the universe is really asking us to just show up as we are, to live from a very authentic place. And when we can go from this very spiritual and authentic place, life gets easier. We can go through the flows and we can see things for what they are. The universe is saying sometimes some of the things we may see this month are things that we don't want to see, and we may want to try to put those blinders back on. But as I said in February, we're getting through those life lessons that we've been kind of avoiding, and this month we can't avoid them anymore. So make sure that you're opening your eyes to what's being put in front of you, to the messages that you're receiving, the path that you are meant to be taken in this month. And again, share that with yourself and with those others authentically. Okay, next one. Relax, everything's okay. Exactly what you want to hear, right? Don't worry, it's all going to be fine. Oops, sorry, didn't show you. Beautiful card, a little foal, it seems like, on this one. So April, May. I feel like there's some completion in May. Some lessons have been learned. The heaviness is lifted. We've had to do a lot of work between January and February, March, into April. Things have settled back down. May, I think you're really going to feel that solid foundation again. The energy is going to slow back down. We're going to move into that bit of a more normal pace once more. We're going to have that feeling of groundedness again in May. The universe is asking you to take stock, and I feel like this is more like a May 1st thing than a May 30th thing. So please take the time in May to kind of just take restock of what's happened to you so far in the first, 4 months of the year, 5 months of the year, and really evaluate where you've come and where you want to go. Again, they're saying, be open to the path that's being put in front of you, but the universe is also saying that we need to be aware of where we want to go from here. Where have we come from? What is it that's going on in our lives? And where would we like to funnel that through? So being aware of that this month. And here we go. Try something new. So we did January, February, March, April, May. We're now into June, into the summer months. I feel like the universe is going to open up some fun opportunities for us, whether it's trying something new like surfing or riding a bike maybe, or trying some kind of new experience. The universe feels like it's being offered up some fun this month. I feel like we are supposed to just be riding the wave this month, that we're to enjoy the fruits of our labors, enjoy that self-love that we keep containing for ourselves, that authenticity we are sharing with others. I feel like there's a community feeling this month and a feeling of gathering this month. And I feel like it's really supposed to be honored, this place of joyfulness, of happiness, of adventure and excitement this month. So whatever that brings for you in this month, I really hope it is special and amazing. All right, let's move on to that next 3 months. So for the next 3 months, I've chosen the Indigo Angel Oracle card deck, which isn't one that I work with all that much. It's by Doreen and her son, Charles Virtue. We're going to draw 3 cards from this deck as well. So January, February, March, April, May, June, getting into those summer months, July, August, and then into the fall, which is actually still until September 21st, this summer. So there we go, July, August, ooh, and they're telling me the next one, September. So there's 3 cards there for this one. Okay. So our first card for July is Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is the angel of protection. He carries this sword of blue flame normally, although it's red flames in this one. But his sword washes away or cuts away any negativity, any cords, any connections that we need to let go of. So the universe has said this month is about honoring. It is about sacrificing those things that no longer resonate with us back to the universe and creating space within ourselves. Creating an openness for new things to come into our being, into our energy field. The letting go of those denser energies as well is going to raise your vibration this month and move you again towards that pathway. That little playful recess that we've gotten has come to an end, and I feel like with July we're moving back into that place of working towards where we want to go. Being aware of the path we want to travel, but also being aware of the energies that we're carrying with us. So letting go of those heavier energies, letting go of things that no longer serve our purpose in our lives, that have created blocks or heaviness with us. So that might be things, that might be jobs, relationships, it might be feelings and emotions or belief systems and habits. All of those things are going to come into play this month. Again, with everybody, it's going to be a little bit different. You never know where you're going to land in things. It depends on how much soul work you've done in the past and where you're headed for your future. In the month of August, my birthday. Nature. Beautiful card here. So we have an angel holding onto a thunderbolt, and I really feel like as soon as I saw that thunderbolt, that is what the month of August is all about. It is about a boom. So for some, this may be a good boom, and for some, it may be a bad boom. I feel like there's a lot of electricity in the air this month. It feels like the vibration is really high. It feels like manifestation is like crawling all over us. So I ask you and I beg you to please, please, please be aware of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions in the month of August. Things are going to manifest quickly, and if you are in a negative state, that is going to manifest. So please, 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 August is about being aware of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. If you can stay in that high vibration, you are going to feel the electricity this month and this movement forward, and it is going to be amazing. If you can't, if you are really stuck in those negative things, it is going to be a difficult month for you. You're going to feel like you're wading through the mud this month. So really, like, you're going to feel that log drop down in front of you. It feels like things that you have to climb over. So really be aware and conscious of where you are this month in your thoughts, feelings, and actions. All right, September, manifestation. So this month of August is all about cleaning and clearing, but it's also about prepping for this manifestation. That universal energy is so vibrant in the month of September. Again, it feels like manifestation is at your fingertips. Be aware this month that things can feel incredibly magical, that you will be able to see those everyday miracles. They will be popping up around you if you are open to see them. So like I said, with every reading, I'm reading the energy of what's going on, but how we contend and deal with that. Not everybody's on the same playing field. Some people are going to feel things heavier, especially if they haven't dealt with things in the past. This manifestation card in September is also going to be a big one for those who haven't learned your lessons. that you have to learn these lessons to walk a certain path, and until you learn them, then you have to keep repeating them. The month of September is going to ramp those up a little bit. If you haven't been listening, because you've had plenty of opportunities so far in 2019 to do that lesson learning, that clearing, you're going to really feel it in the month of September. For those who are walking this clean path and who have been doing the work, excuse me, you're really going to feel the electricity this month, and I am so excited for you because that's the realm that I want to be in this month. Okay, you ready? It's those last 3 months here. We are going to use one of my favorite decks, the Enchanted Map deck. This is the one I used for my 12-month reading this year. Sometimes I get drawn for my own reading to use different decks, but I was really resonating with this deck this year, and it was interesting because I pulled doubles a couple of times as I was doing my reading for myself. So this is October. We've got to pull, November is right here, and no, I'm going to put that one back in. It doesn't feel right. There we go, December. So our last 3 cards here. Now the map deck is by the lovely Colette baron-reid, and this is an absolutely beautiful deck. She has a new one coming out too that I'm dying to get, and I just have slowed down on my deck buying, which is maybe a good thing. So our first one here is called Coming Apart. And there's always this awareness of things falling apart to fall back together. In October, for those who have been having to try to learn these life lessons, you're going to really feel that in the month of October. This place of having to pull things all back together again, of getting dragged through the mud a little bit. I also feel for those who have been manifesting, you're going to come up against some challenges to really solidify that this is the path that you want to walk. So be aware that that will happen in the month of October, that there might be some bumps along the road. Definitely, again, it's going to vary from person to person, but there is going to be this piece of awareness during this month of, are things coming together the way that you wanted them to? Have they fallen apart so that they come back together in this really fresh and beautiful way? There's also this acknowledgement of the fact that things have to come apart to come back together. If we think about a seed and how it grows, that beautiful seed in the ground has to actually crumble apart to grow into a big oak tree. So I'm really aware of that this month, that there is going to be some shifting and changing and some reflection that needs to happen in the month of October. November, follow the leader. It's a beautiful card here. The universe is saying lead by example, that we have to be aware of the wisdom that we hold within ourselves, and by sharing authentically, being our authentic self, we can share that wisdom with others. We shouldn't be ashamed of our past. We all have, a past that has different things in it that we're not, that we can be, I don't want to say the word ashamed, or things that we feel like people will judge us for. I always go to that place where, I've been married 3 times now. I'm quite happy. I always joke 3 times the charm because I love my dear husband. He is amazing. I also have 3 kids. Maybe that's a magical thing. I have kids with 2 different dads. It's just the way that my life worked. It was the lessons I had to learn, and I, had a soul contract to be their parent. And their dads were not in the soul contract altogether. So this is the way that it rolls. So be aware that sometimes when we can share those pieces of our lives where we feel more vulnerable, we can allow somebody else to feel more empowered. Empowered in the fact that they're not alone. So the universe is really asking us this month to show up, to share our wisdom and our love, our knowledge, and to support one another. I really keep on getting this image of community, of holding each other's hands, and a coming together. And that's what this month is about. It's about holding each other up, about supporting one another, not dragging each other down, not judging one another, but really holding each other up, that we will all have moments in our lives where we need to be supported. So A, reach out and ask for help, and B, be willing to be vulnerable and accept that help, that support. But of course, also C, be there and be willing to support someone that may need it. And that can be a simple smile, it can be a simple touch, or even just words of authenticity and love and compassion. All right. Oh, the Bone Collector is our last card here. It's a very spiritual card. This is about this whole piece of coming together, of being watched over by the beautiful Bone Collector with her talismans, time, nature. It's just a beautiful card. Um, the universe says that December is the month of coming together, that everything will come together and culminate in the heart and in the soul and resonate back out. It's like the vibrations of music as they bounce off the walls. The universe is saying all of that that is culminated this year is pouring into our heart and soul. And as it pours in, it resonates back out into this beautiful vibration into the world. There is going to be, again, this feeling of completion, of movement forward, of happiness, of joy. And it is all about embracing, loving ourselves, and really living authentically in that peace. That when we can move from a place of self love, we're really going to move from a place of happiness and joy, moving for, which sometimes we think of as selfish when we move for ourselves. But when the self love starts here and resonates outwards, we show each other. We show people how to treat us. We show each other what love is and how important it is and how it resonates out into the world. And the universe is really asking us for doing that at the end of this 2019. It's about coming together as community. It is about supporting one another. It is about reflection. It is about magic. It is about belief. If you can believe this year, you will see things come into fruition. You will see your dreams and your goals begin to come true. You will begin to move to a very different place by the end of this year, all guided by the Bone Collector and the belief that you have in yourself, in one another, and in the universe. All right, that's 2019 in a nutshell. Yeah, from my heart and soul to yours, have an amazing, incredible year of believing.